Look at these two. All right, come on, you're okay?
We all love celebrities, but let's be real. Sometimes they give us moments that make us want to hide under a blanket and pretend we didn't just witness that.
Taylor Swift.
From award show awkwardness to social media disasters, the last couple of years have been absolutely packed with celebrity cringe that had the entire internet doing a collective facepalm. So grab your popcorn and prepare for some serious secondhand embarrassment. Number 10. John Cena's almost naked Oscar stunt. At the 2024 Oscars, John Cena nearly broke the internet when he appeared on stage to present the award for Best Costume Design while seemingly wearing nothing but an envelope to cover his, well, assets.
Psst, Jimmy!
What?
You wrestle naked, why not?
Dude, I don't wrestle naked. I wrestle in jorts.
The bit was intended as a cheeky homage to the infamous streaker who crashed the ceremony 50 years ago back in 1974. Host Jimmy Kimmel had just reminded the audience about that historic moment when he encouraged Cena to recreate it for the modern era. Initially, Cena protested from backstage.
You know, honestly, you should feel shame right now for suggesting such a tasteless idea.
It's supposed to be funny.
The male body is not a joke.
Mine is.
The back-and-forth banter went on for what felt like an eternity, with Kimmel goading him and Cena refusing. But eventually, the wrestler-turned-actor strutted out in all his buff glory, strategically holding the envelope in front of himself while the audience erupted in laughter and shocked gasps. His muscular physique was on full display as he awkwardly shuffled across the stage, trying to maintain some modesty. While some found it hilarious and appreciated the throwback humor, many viewers cringed at home, questioning whether this type of humor was still appropriate for such a prestigious event. Though the moment sparked huge debates online about double standards of sexuality in Hollywood, the fact that this happened at one of the industry's most formal events only amplified the cringe factor. Number 9. Bella Hadid's Homeboy's Gonna Get It interview. Sometimes celebrities try so hard to sound cool that they end up sounding incredibly awkward instead. Case in point, Bella Hadid's interview with Complex about sneakers that became an instant cringe classic. While discussing what turns her off in men's footwear choices, the supermodel awkwardly started calling potential suitors homeboy and threw in a bunch of 90s slang that felt completely forced and unnatural coming from someone born in 1996.
If homeboy's coming through with these,
Right.
it's quiet. Yeah, no, it's quiet for him. But like if he comes through in like...
The real cringe moment came when she trailed off, saying, "Homeboy's gonna like it, get it,"
Homeboy's gonna like, get it.
in a way that made absolutely no one understand what she was trying to communicate. The phrase became an instant meme, with people across the internet trying to decipher what exactly Homeboy was gonna get. Was it the girl? Was it an understanding of sneakers? Was it a lecture about proper footwear etiquette? Was it a clue about life itself? We may never know. What we do know is that watching Hadid stumble through that explanation was uncomfortable enough to make it one of the most memed celebrity moments of the year. Number 8. Jimmy Kimmel's cringe Oscar jokes. Hosting the Oscars is no easy feat. You're performing for Hollywood's biggest stars while millions watch at home, trying to balance humor with reverence for the industry. But Jimmy Kimmel managed to create several cringeworthy moments during the 2024 ceremony that had viewers squirming on their couches. One particularly uncomfortable instance came when he joked about Robert Downey Jr.'s past struggles with substance abuse.
Robert Downey Jr., who is, this night is, well, one of the highest points, but Robert has been a, was that too on the nose or was that motion you made?
A topic most people consider off-limits for comedy. While introducing the Iron Man star, Kimmel quipped that this was the highest point of Downey's career before adding with a knowing pause, "Well, one of the highest points." The camera caught Downey's less-than-amused reaction as he quickly responded, "Let's move on," with a tight smile that didn't reach his eyes. The audience fell into an awkward silence, unsure whether to laugh or pretend they didn't hear it.
In your pocket, or do you just have a very rectangular penis?
But Kimmel didn't stop there. He also made Emma Stone visibly uncomfortable when he referenced her explicit scenes in Poor Things.
Emma played an adult woman with the brain of a child, like the lady who gave the rebuttal to the State of the Union on Thursday night. And
joking that the montage only showed the parts that were allowed to show on TV. Stone was caught on camera seemingly mouthing something that looked like, "what a prick," to her husband, her face a mixture of anger and embarrassment. The comment reduced her powerful, vulnerable performance to a cheap punchline about nudity. These moments reminded everyone that there's a fine line between edgy comedy and just making people uncomfortable. Number 7. Al Pacino's lackluster Best Picture announcement. Al Pacino is a legendary actor with an illustrious career spanning decades, but his presentation of the Best Picture award at the 2024 Oscars was anything but legendary. The Godfather star seemed completely disengaged and confused as he shuffled onto the stage, opened the envelope, and casually announced, "My eyes see Oppenheimer," with all the enthusiasm of someone reading a grocery list or announcing the weather forecast.
Here it comes. And my eyes see Oppenheimer.
What made it even more awkward was that Pacino completely skipped the tradition of reading out all the nominated films before announcing the winner, a sacred Oscar ritual that builds suspense and honors all the incredible work that was done that year. This departure from Oscar protocol left viewers confused, and the moment felt rushed and anticlimactic. People watching at home were asking, "Wait, that's it? That's how they announced the biggest award of the night?" Social media erupted with reactions, with many people joking that Pacino seemed like he'd rather be anywhere else, maybe at home watching his old movies or enjoying a nice Italian dinner. Number 6. Nick Cannon forgetting his kids' names. If you have 12 children with 6 different women, you'd think you could at least remember all their names, right? Well, not if you're Nick Cannon. During a June 2025 appearance on the Really Good podcast with Bobby Altoff, the television host and media personality was challenged to name all of his children on the spot. What followed was one of the most awkward moments in recent celebrity interview history. Cannon sheepishly admitted before even starting, "I usually get in trouble."
What are their names?
I just told you.
You told me one.
Oh, you want all 12?
12 names. Go.
All right. This is where I usually get in trouble.
Which immediately set the tone for the disaster to come. He then proceeded to attempt the impossible task. He managed to rattle off 10 names with varying degrees of confidence. Some rolled off his tongue easily, while others required visible concentration. Then he paused, the silence growing increasingly uncomfortable. "See, this is where he trailed off, gesturing vaguely. Altoff stared at him with barely concealed shock.
There's rock, roll, golden, powerful, rise, onyx, legendary, Zion, zillion, zen, and see, this is where
After what felt like an eternity of awkward silence, he realized he was missing 2, Beautiful Zeppelin and Halo Marie.
How many?
You're missing 2.
I'm missing 2. And then I would say, oh yeah, did I say beautiful? Did I say, there's beautiful, and then there would be Halo, my youngest.
There you go.
The names of actual human beings he helped create and is responsible for raising. To make matters worse, this wasn't even the first time he'd forgotten his children's names in public. It had happened in previous interviews too. Cannon later admitted, seemingly without embarrassment, that he actually wrote a song with all their names just to help him remember them.
You left out Onyx Ice Cold.
Oh no, you know what? I did.
You did.
You got.
I knew you did it.
Number 5. Miley Cyrus calling out celebrities at the Grammys. Winning your first Grammy should be a moment of pure joy, gratitude, and celebration. But Miley Cyrus managed to make it awkward, tone-deaf, and uncomfortable instead.
And the Grammy goes to Flowers, Miley Cyrus.
When she won Record of the Year for her hit breakup anthem Flowers at the 2024 Grammys, she stunned viewers by saying, "This award is amazing, but I really hope that it doesn't change anything because my life was beautiful yesterday."
Thank you all so much. This award is amazing, but I really hope that it doesn't change anything because my life was beautiful yesterday.
The comment felt incredibly tone-deaf to many watching, as if she was downplaying the significance of the honor that hundreds of artists would give anything to receive. It came across as ungrateful and out of touch, like she was too cool to care about winning a Grammy. But the cringe didn't stop there. During her performance of Flowers earlier in the evening, Miley called out the celebrity audience for not singing along with enough enthusiasm. "Why are you acting like you don't know this song?" she asked, hands up in apparent frustration, her voice dripping with annoyance.
Oh, I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand. Why are you acting like you don't know this song? Stay up for hours.
The camera panned to uncomfortable-looking celebrities who suddenly felt pressured to perform enthusiasm they may not have been feeling. Another bizarre moment came when she saw paparazzi photographing her with their smartphones and exclaimed, "iPhones?" In shock, as if she'd never seen one before or was surprised they existed at this prestigious event. The combination of these moments painted Miley as out of touch and ungrateful, turning what should have been a triumphant evening into a series of uncomfortable exchanges. Number 4, Madonna's wheelchair incident. Madonna has built a 6-decade career on being provocative, boundary-pushing, and unapologetic, but sometimes she crosses the line from edgy to just plain insensitive, and this incident is a perfect example.
Oh, okay. Politically incorrect. Sorry about that. I'm glad you're here.
During a December 2024 concert in Los Angeles as part of her celebration tour, the Queen of Pop called out a fan who was sitting down during a segment where she typically asks everyone in the audience to stand up and participate. "What are you doing sitting down over there?" Madonna demanded from the stage, pointing directly at the person with an accusatory tone.
What are you doing sitting down over there? What are you doing sitting down?
The spotlight swung to the fan as thousands of people turned to look. As Madonna walked forward across the stage and apparently got a better view, she realized the person was in a wheelchair. The realization dawned on her face as she quickly backtracked. "Oh, okay, politically incorrect. Sorry about that. I'm glad you're here."
Oh, okay. Politically incorrect. Sorry about that. I'm glad you're here.
The apology was brief and somewhat dismissive, doing little to soften the blow of the initial public call-out. It was so cringy that the audience was annoyed by her insensitive apology. Number 3, Taylor Swift appearing to ignore Céline Dion. The 2024 Grammys gave us a moment that had Swifties and Céline fans alike cringing in real time, rewinding the footage and debating it for weeks afterward. When Taylor Swift won Album of the Year for Midnights, it was presented to her by none other than legendary singer Céline Dion, who had been battling stiff person syndrome, a serious neurological condition, and made a rare public appearance specifically for this moment. Céline's appearance itself was emotional. She'd been largely out of the public eye while dealing with her health struggles, and her decision to present this award was seen as incredibly meaningful. The audience gave her a standing ovation just for being there. She looked radiant but fragile as she walked to the microphone to announce Taylor's name.
Taylor Swift.
As Céline handed Taylor the Grammy, eagle-eyed viewers noticed that Swift seemed to grab the award and immediately turned to her collaborators without properly acknowledging or even making eye contact with the icon who presented it to her. Taylor appeared to be so caught up in her excitement that she completely overlooked the woman standing right in front of her. The perceived snub sparked massive debate online, with people analyzing the clip frame by frame like it was the Zapruder film. A lot of people felt it was incredibly disrespectful to a legend who had gone out of her way, despite her health condition, to be there for that moment. And honestly, that's exactly what it was. Number 2, the Coldplay kiss cam scandal. Sometimes the universe delivers a cringe moment so perfect, so awkwardly beautiful, that it becomes instant internet legend. Enter the Coldplay kiss cam incident of July 2025 that became known as Coldplay Gate. During a concert at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, the Jumbotron settled on what appeared to be a couple enjoying the show.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on, you're okay?
Andy Byron, CEO of tech company Astronomer, and Kristen Cabot, the company's HR officer, wrapped in a cozy embrace in the crowd. For a moment, it looked like a sweet couple enjoying a romantic night out. But the second they realized they were on camera, Their faces told the whole story. The panic was immediate and visceral. She yanked herself away from him so fast, it looked like she'd been electrocuted, turning bright red and covering her face with her hands in horror. He ducked down and disappeared from view like he was dodging sniper fire, trying to make himself as small as possible. From the stage, Chris Martin watched it all unfold in real time and couldn't resist commenting. Either they're having an affair or they're just really shy, he quipped with a knowing smile.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
The audience roared with laughter, but it was the kind of laughter that comes with a gasp because everyone knew what they'd just witnessed. Spoiler alert, the internet immediately decided on option 1, and they weren't wrong. Within hours, social media sleuths had identified both individuals, noting they were both married, but crucially, not to each other. The detective work was frighteningly efficient, with people finding their LinkedIn profiles, Instagram accounts, and confirming that they worked together. The story exploded across every platform. Byron ultimately resigned from his position as CEO, and the company launched an internal review into workplace conduct. The personal fallout for both individuals and their families can only be imagined. The incident spawned countless memes, TikTok reenactments where people recreated the awkward duck and hide move for content, and endless think pieces about workplace relationships. Number 1. Katy Perry's Blue Origin space trip. Taking the number 1 spot for the most universally cringed-at celebrity moment is Katy Perry's Blue Origin spaceflight in April 2025. What was supposed to be an inspiring feminist milestone quickly became one of the most mocked celebrity stunts in recent memory, a perfect storm of tone deafness, privilege, and desperation that had everyone from regular people to A-list celebrities shaking their heads.
And the significance of that is what, Ariane?
The pop star joined an all-female crew, including journalist Gayle King and Lauren Sanchez, for an 11-minute trip to suborbital space aboard Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket. The entire mission was framed as some kind of groundbreaking moment for women in space exploration, with Perry posting inspirational messages about reaching for the stars and female empowerment.
What you're doing is you're like really finding the love for yourself because you gotta trust in yourself.
The problems began immediately with the framing. Presented as a groundbreaking moment for women in space, critics quickly pointed out it was more of a glorified theme park ride for wealthy celebrities than any kind of scientific achievement or actual contribution to space exploration. Unlike actual astronauts who train for years and conduct meaningful research, this was essentially a very expensive roller coaster ride that happened to go really high. During the flight itself, Perry's behavior made things exponentially worse. She sang "What a Wonderful World" while floating in zero gravity, which might have been touching if it didn't feel so performative and rehearsed.
It's not about me. It's not about singing my song. It's about a collective energy in there. It's about us. It's about making space.
Then, in a move that perfectly encapsulated why people found the whole thing so gross, she held up her tour set list. Yes, she used her space trip for tour promotion, and a daisy as tribute to her daughter. Even in space, she was thinking about marketing. When she landed after her 11-minute journey, Perry kissed the ground like a soldier returning from war or an astronaut who'd spent months on the International Space Station, which the internet found absolutely hilarious given she'd been gone for less time than it takes to watch an episode of The Office. The dramatic gesture was so over the top that it became an instant meme. The backlash was swift, brutal, and came from everywhere. Celebrities including Olivia Munn and Emily Ratajkowski, and even the Wendy's fast food chain's social media account piled on, calling it gluttonous and end times behavior. Pitchfork music publication savagely wrote that Perry was putting the ass in astronaut, a burn that went viral immediately. Others criticized the environmental impact of launching rockets for tourism and the tone deafness of rich people playing astronaut during times of economic hardship when regular people were struggling to afford groceries. The moment was compared to the infamous 2020 Imagine video where celebrities sang from their mansions during the pandemic, universally regarded as peak out-of-touch celebrity behavior. Just like that moment, Perry's space trip felt like the wealthy elite completely misreading the room, and thinking people would be inspired rather than disgusted. But it got so much worse. Reports emerged that Perry's fiancé, Orlando Bloom, called the whole thing cringeworthy and embarrassing during an explosive argument, according to sources close to the couple. Your own partner thinking your achievement is embarrassing is about as bad as it gets. The report suggested Bloom was frustrated with Perry's increasingly desperate attempts to stay relevant. Perry later attempted to defend herself in interviews, calling herself a human piñata and claiming the internet was a dumping ground for unhinged and unhealed people taking their problems out on her. This response only made things worse, as critics felt she was dismissing valid criticism of excessive wealth display and environmental irresponsibility by framing detractors as mentally unstable haters. It was the worst possible way to handle the situation. Which of these celebrity cringe moments was the worst? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.